All right, and welcome on into DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign night, as our adventurers have made their way to the Feywild and are within the section of Prismeer known as Hither. And we will see what kind of things they end up finding within the Feywild. But before we do, let's go ahead and go over our weekly schedule. On Mondays, we have our Candlekeep Mystery Mondays, which is getting real close to the end of that Candlekeep Mysteries book. They only have a couple of weeks left. Well, that depends on if they come back from the desert, that is. Then on Thursdays, we have our Team 17 Gaming Thursdays, where Tor and I have been playing Overcooked All You Can Eat. We just finished yesterday the first storyline of Overcooked, so Overcooked number 1 with their additional things, and started Overcooked 2. So join us for that as we do that, as well as the additional content that came out with that. Then, of course, we are here for our Fridays Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And then on Saturdays, we have our Tomb of Annihilation stream, where they opened a door to find out what was behind the door that the hags were guarding. And, well, even the ones that had played the game before were not prepared for what they found behind the door. So join us tomorrow to find out what they do with this thing that was behind the door and being taken care of by a group of hags. All right, let's see. So with that all said and done, we have our Wild Beyond the Witchlight Feywild adventure. And let's see here. We have with us, there we go. We have a new character coming up today. But we have playing Echo, we have Tor.
Hello.
Playing Deacon, we have Ragnarok. Playing Mason, we have Bill. Playing Oberon, we have Cooper. Playing Henar, we have Cindy. And our newest addition here, playing Sapphire, we have Belinda. Okay. So when we last left off, our party was within the Feywild, within Prismeer, in a section known as Hither, after finishing up at the carnival, the Witchlight Carnival, where our own Oberon got the title of Witchlight Monarch. Oh, look at that! Montague is giving an ashy advantage to Sapphire. New character welcome. Thank you. And look at that. We're even already starting off, Uncle Ragnarok starting off with a treat time. He's trying to appease the dice gods already here. Okay. What?
I wasn't letting him pass to get all comfy over here because you said there's a treat time.
Oh, yep. All right. Okay. So with that, our adventuring party had made their way to the Slanty Tower, where they had followed a hot air balloon that ended up crashing within or on the tower. They had rescued a what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't think we managed to get him out of the cage yet.
No, you didn't. But you rescued a fairy dragon that was contained in a cage. Who introduced himself as Sir Talavar. And just as a reminder of what Sir Talavar looked like, Sir Talavar has been working out quite a bit, clearly, and had this small tiny sword with him. He had told you that, after trying to pick the lock on the cage that he was in, he told you that there was a person up on Telemy Hill that held the key to this cage. So you the person's name, it was a goblin named Jingle Jangle, and they lived up on Telemy Hill. So you had made your way over to that hill. And I believe that is where we left off. So, what would you guys like to do?
Already been traveling for a little while.
You have?
I got an old jingle jangle up on my back still. Checked her head. So I guess just keep going, at least until it gets about dark.
Okay. So you yes, you were at the base of the hill at this point, and you easily can make your way onto the mountain that has been moving closer to you as you travel towards it, which not only was just a strange occurrence as it was, but, never seen a mountain move, but that's all right. Okay. So as you step onto the hill itself, you are greeted with the scent of sweet-smelling fruit. And there is what looks to be a narrow game trail that seems to be heading upwards. And you see like this damp, downy, silver green moss that blankets the gentle upward slope before it seems to give way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. There are dozens of willow trees that dot the hillside, seeming to be swaying as though in a breeze, despite there actually being a breeze that you can feel. Everybody give me a perception check, please.
So they're swaying in the breeze and we can feel the breeze.
No, you cannot. There is no actual breeze. They just look like they're swaying in the breeze.
What time of the day is it?
So you're looking about midday.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Deacon.
Good job, Deacon. Okay. So as you start to okay. That 18 is much better than that 5 there, Henar.
Yeah, but I have to roll with disadvantage because of the time of day.
I know. I'm just saying, that 18 would have been much better. Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
I mean, in the Feywild, can she really tell what time of day it is?
Yes, it's very nice. It's overcast, but it's bright enough to warrant.
If anything that's daylight, anytime it's daylight, I have to roll with disadvantage for any perceptions relating to sight.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like then you're giving Susan a very good disadvantage to cause on you with.
It's always daylight. Always
It's
daylight.
always going to be daylight.
Mm-hmm.
There's no nights, only day.
No nights. So, as you step up and you start following this little path that goes up, you see movement, and you see that the trees even seem to be moving around you, almost as if they're approaching you, almost as if they're blocking your path upwards. And as you notice the trees block your path and yet stop, not actually physically approaching within 10 feet of you. They stop about 15 feet away before one of them says, "Welcome to Tellamy Hill. How long will you be staying?"
We don't really have a particular time frame. So, till further notice.
We just need to see Jingle Jangle.
Oh. And what, may I ask, is the reason that you need to see Jingle Jangle?
We need his help to free someone.
Oh. Well, Well, you're not here to rob her, are you?
Heavens, no. And don't let the appearance fool you. I don't steal much.
I'm sorry if that seems to be a rude question. You see, 3 days ago, while she was out rooting through the swamp for truffles, she was attacked and robbed. She hasn't left her den since then. And so we must ask, because we did not know who it was that robbed her.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, my associates and I aren't packing any extra goods and whatnot, so nope, we are not here to rob her.
Well,
Unless she's bored.
Unless what?
Unless she's bored and is in need of an eventful evening.
Well, I know that she's friendly, but I don't know that that is the kind of thing that she would enjoy. She really enjoys collecting keys, and she talks about them endlessly. You see, she wears a coat made of keys that jingle and jangle while she walks, hence her name. Yes. But, well, and you see that the trees kind of look back and forth at each other, you see they kind of they look around, look back and forth, and says, "Well, I suppose since you say you aren't here to rob her, I suppose that you can go through. You will find her up in the den, the one that looks as if its entryway is shaped like a keyhole."
Much obliged.
And you see they, as a group, the trees start to back off and open up the path again for you.
Yeah, then, shall we?
I wonder if they took her coat, if that's what she was robbed of. In which case, the chances of us finding the right key to this cage just significantly diminished.
Yeah, maybe she can make one. Or maybe she had copies.
That'd be smart.
So
I would be lucky.
as you travel the worn stairs that leads upward in and to her to the actual entrance to the cave or the den, you see that once you get to the very top and the actual keyhole entry, the stairs just seem to descend downward into what feels almost like a cellar, as it is so chilly in here, and yet you detect a subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, you see sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from strings that crisscross the walls. And as you look around, you see hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. Okay. As you take in the scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling as a goblin emerges from the darkness, followed by another, what looks to be another humanoid. And the goblin wears a coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She manages a faint smile and says, "How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?" And as the rest of you see, Belinda, would you please describe your character as you are walking up behind Jingle Jangle? It seems that you were visiting Jingle as these other adventurers come walking in.
All right, well, you guys see a humanoid figure, very tall, about 6'1". She, instead of like actual hair, she has blue crystals coming out of her hair, kind of like, it almost looks like a faux hawk almost look, covering her head. Her skin is like a light gray. She is wearing leather, or actually, I think it might technically chainmail armor. I don't remember what I put. Anyway, but so it's like but it's all blue tinted, and then she's wearing a pair of pants that almost have like, they have mesh on the thigh part of it, but there's kind of like different jewels encrusted into it. And she also has, if you look on her left shoulder, she looks like she has a piece of what looks like a headstone on there, because you can see like a slight name coming out of there, carved like a headstone would be.
Okay. So Jingle looks at all of you and says, "So, can I unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
Nice to meet you, Jingle Jangle. I am Echo, and my friends and I came across,
His name is Sir Talavar.
Sir Talavar had crashed in his hot air balloon, and he told us you have the key to free him.
Well, interesting. And just out of curiosity, who is carrying Sir Talavar's birdcage?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, just checking.
No, my kids bought it for me.
So she says, "Well, I suppose better for you to have a key than those long-armed brigands that stole my truffles. And then they wanted the keys that I had with me, but I didn't let them have my keys. Somebody ought to give them a good shakedown if they know, so they know what it feels like."
Oh yes, you never take her truffles. It's quite rude, actually.
Agreed. Well, so, and she walks over to the birdcage, to Sir Talavar, and she looks at the lock, and she says, "Well, this is quite interesting. And she goes off, and you see her start to dig around through some of the keys that she has on the floor before moving over to some of them hanging on the wall, and you hear her. She keeps saying, "Nope, nope, not that one. Nope, not that one either. Nope. This one might be it, but I'm not quite sure. No, I don't think that one is it either. I wonder.
Perhaps the young dragon knows which one it is. If you show him the keys, perhaps he will help."
Interesting. So she goes over to Sir Talavar and she says, "Do you know what key this unlocks this lock?" And he says, "I was told it is a silver key."
Well, it doesn't help us narrow it down much. We have a lot of silver keys here.
Where did this cage come from? And Sir Talavar says, it came from Bavlona blight straw. And as soon as Sir Talavar says that, you see, like, you physically see the light bulb go off with Jingle Jangle as she walks directly over to this set of keys that there's on one single keychain, and picks up the keys and walks directly over, pulls the silver one from it, and immediately opens the lock. And she says, well, why didn't you say so in the first place? If I had known that, I have a set that open things that come directly from her. That woman, she is quite the hag. Oh, you must be very, very careful in making deals with her. For you see, I once sought her help in a desperate attempt to undo what I thought was a terrible curse. Wherever I went, I had this tormenting fear of being caught on the wrong side of a locked door. Now, when I appealed for her aid, the hag removed my ability to perceive the fear and replaced it with an insatiable and overwhelming need to collect keys. And so great is this obsession that it has caused me to lose my own sense of self. And all that I see and do revolves around keys.
But you did gain quite a few lovely keys. I mean, it is quite a collection.
It is, but it is never enough. And so you see with that, you have managed to unlock the cage that Sir Talavar was contained within. And as you do so, and Sir Talavar gets out of the cage, he says, "Oh, thank you so much for your aid, So thank you so much. I must get to my court and to my queen and let her know what has gone on and what has happened to Prismere. Thank you so very much." And you see he immediately flies over to Echo, and he says, "Thank you so much for rescuing me from out of that blasted basket. Thank you so much."
Well, we all work together. That's.
And I wish that I had more that I could give you to say thank you, but I will tell my queen of your bravery and of your aid. But until she can do something about that and properly show our appreciation, let me. And you see he from around his waist, he undoes his belt and he takes the sheath with his tiny sword in it, and he places it in Echo's hand.
You'll need this to protect yourself.
It is not far to the kingdom. You will need this if you are to take on the hag and free Prismere. This is more important in your hands. It is the least that I can do for freeing me.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. And you see as he starts to fly away, you see he turns invisible. And he is gone. For you have freed Sir Talavar.
I'm just saying, they carried him over here from miles on in. And a coin would have been nice. Hell, even a drink. Bottle of whiskey.
Deacon, give me a perception check, please.
And somewhat perceptive.
Somewhat. Okay. As you say these things, you're just kind of a little perturbed. but you go on about trying to figure out what you're going to do next. And you all see Jingle Jangle says, be careful of that, from within the swamp. There's a bunch of Haragons that leap out from behind trees and shrubbery. They have not a nice reputation in these parts.
We may have already met them.
Oh? And you survived?
They left us alone.
They left? What?
It's because Oberon got the crown from the Witchlight Carnival. They thought he was a king.
Yes, like monarch.
Oh. I am sorry, Your Majesty. I am very sorry. I did not realize.
Is all right. Nice to meet you.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
Can you explain more about the place around us?
Oh, well, yes, of course. Well, there's of course this hill that I live on, and then there's the slanty tower. Then there's this place north of here that is where the Haragon live. It's this Brigand's Tollway. It's a series of wooden catwalks that. Tor, can you get more of these? Okay. Okay, so it's a series of old wooden catwalks that circle a giant tree stump. And the brigands camp along the stump, which tends to give them the higher ground. Then there's even farther north, there's a city or an encampment or whatever you want to call it, known as Downfall. That's it is a area that bullywugs live, and they it is actually there that there's this well, if you want to know more about Hither, there's a gentleman within Downfall that is the best guide to Hither, and actually he would probably be the one you want to talk to, you know, for to get out of Hither to move on to the next realm. And she kind of turns to Sapphire and says, "You know who I'm talking about, right? The you know that pincer clawed scarecrow guy they call Clapperclaw? You know who I'm talking about?"
Yes, Clapperclaw. You know, I've been
Yeah.
meaning to ask him where I would find some nice jewels that I wouldn't find in the material plane. That's why I came here.
Well, if that's the case, maybe it is dangerous to travel as a group. So perhaps you might be able to go with this group of adventurers. Perhaps you can go together and it'd be safer, especially with the monarch with them. That would allow you safer passage.
Yes, absolutely, and I would be happy to take you guys there. It's a bit of a travel, but it's not that terrible.
Hey, hello, right?
Okay. I like your comment, Deacon.
Just saying.
The odds are they don't let the monarch be a employee.
You smash a couple of fake beholders and,
I'm just saying.
play the games the way they're supposed to be played, and then they get all mad when you win.
Or when you hog the magic wheel.
You keep my magic, I loves it.
Employee of the month, that's all I'm saying.
You
know,
smash
black.
the holders.
Yes. Set the record.
But real holders? I mean, I feel like the record would only be one, wouldn't it?
No, they're not real. It's a carnival game. But I do have the record. That's why they don't let me play no more. There, and I keep breaking them.
Well, I mean, if you break it, you buy it. Isn't that the rule? That's what I tell people when they buy their gravestone.
Yeah. They were not really buying them. They're more constructed. I've had to help build a couple, but I'm better.
Do you
at
often
breaking
have
them.
people buy their own gravestones?
Oh, yes, people plan ahead all the time. It's sometimes you don't want your family to have to deal with it. And if you know you're going to pass away, it's very important to have a plan.
I never would have thought of that.
Yep, I get it.
Yes, because if your family's already grieving your death, to have to plan for their gravestone, their plot, it's very stressful.
Yeah, I've seen a few pine boxes, but I hadn't carved my own gravestone.
Oh, you don't carve your own. I carve them. Oh, and yes, I encrust them with beautiful jewels for those who can afford them. Quite lovely.
Yeah.
That
That's
was just
nice.
a part of life. We might as well make it beautiful, right?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's nice.
Well, you are more than welcome to stay here for the night if you need somewhere to rest and recuperate. That Sapphire here has been, staying with me for the last day or so, and it's been really nice having friends.
We really should get you a pet, Jingle Jangle. Pets are the best. Maybe you need an owlbear.
My keys are my pets.
I've heard there are some beasts that can find truffles.
Oh? I like truffles.
Just to give you a little assistance on your hunts.
Well, that does sound quite lovely. Well, perhaps if you come across one of these creatures, maybe you can acquire it for Jingle Jangle?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
I greatly appreciate that. Do you think maybe there's a creature that can find keys too?
Oh, yes. I'm sure there's some creatures who like shiny stuff.
Yeah, it'd be birds.
Oh.
Carrion and the like.
Oh, well,
And I believe it's a type of pig that can find truffles.
well, maybe I could get a pig and a bird, and this might be really good.
Then you'll have two friends all the time.
Yes, I think that would be wonderful.
Now, what if you got a pig and a bird combination?
Oh,
A pig that flies. Oh,
oh.
Bird
A purd.
bird.
A purd.
That sounds lovely. I might
or
have
big.
experiments.
A big purd.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it.
Well, if you find one of those, if you could.
Well, I have a friend who works with bones, so it might be a skeleton one, but he can put together the skeletons of two.
Well, if they could still, find truffles and stuff, then that would be okay. I mean, I'm not
I'm
one
sure.
to
cut down on the feeding cost.
Oh, that's true. That's true. More truffles for me then, huh? Oh. Mm. And you see, like, the Jingle is totally, like, in their own mind, just contemplating all of this as they go over and start arranging keys on, and looping them onto another string to hang on the wall to add more keys to the wall.
It is really sad, her obsession with keys. I know she had the fear of doors before, and it was terrible, but I don't know, something about this one it seems like a worse curse.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll figure it out. She seems like a nice lady.
Well, I've been searching for that hag she spoke of. I've been trying to find them and see if perhaps I can talk to them, strike another deal, and no luck. She won't give me very much information. She worries about me, of course.
Well, hell.
The hag
Where-
or Jingle?
Jingle Jangle, of course.
Okay, just checking.
So, they only worry about themselves. Have you ever met a hag?
I don't know. I've met plenty of people that other people called hags, but I don't know if I've met a true hag.
You would know if you met a true hag. They're quite unpleasant, really. I know I saw one of those swamp hags once, and whew, she didn't see me, thankfully, but whew.
There are some very unpleasant people who come through the carnival.
Very unpleasant.
They're all named Karen for some reason.
Always wanting to see the man in charge.
DM inspiration, Echo.
The other day we passed the Karen Street in Fresno, and I was like,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Okay. So you are able to spend the evening within Jingle Jangle's den. So as this whole interlude and discussion and whatnot does take you through to dusk. And you are able to get a long rest here. So all your spells, all your hit points, all those things are back to full.
if you need to buy stuff on the channel points.
If you need to buy stuff from the channel points, and thank you Ragnarok for subscribing again with Prime. That is 6 months. Wow. Crazy. All right. Yeah.
Is there any?
What?
Is there anything special about the dagger, or is it just a dagger?
It is a +1 dagger.
Ooh.
And look at that. Auntie Belinda's coming in with more treat time.
What?
I know. So many times. So many of the treats. So many of the times.
Dylan's turning into a treat monster.
He is turning in. Well, he was always a treat monster, but he's more of a treat
He
monster.
has the idea that it's self-serve for some reason, and it never has been.
I mean,
Did you just throw treats at me?
I did throw treats at the Ashy.
I mean, you know, if he tries hard enough and he gets it out, he kind of deserves that self-serve.
Yes, except that they are in a sealed container on my desk, and he comes up and he tries to knock the container down. So now, between streams, the container lives in the footstool that's underneath my desk.
Also, my dad's convinced they have thumbs.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah. So
Yeah,
now
I'll
would
take
be
thumbs.
a great time if you have the channel points to buy
Thumbs.
Ashley Advantages or Dr. Dylan's healing potions, as those are only applied at a long or short rest.
Since when we visit, we don't have anybody come to check on the cats, really. Dad's like, yeah, they can open their own cans. They've got thumbs, right?
No.
I mean, fair.
That's why they don't get pouches, because then they would open them themselves.
True.
All right. So, with all of that, is there anything you guys would like to do on your long rest before you venture out from the den of Jingle Jangle?
Yeah, I'm looking for whiskey.
I'll probably spend some time with my jeweler's kit, you know, making some of my jewels and stuff. Using some of what I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna just work with my tome,
Okay.
study it.
So just for reference, since this is the first instance of Sapphire, why don't you go ahead and tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, Sapphire is a Earth Genasi, gemstone mineral-based Earth Genasi. She is a Grave Domain cleric. She comes from the Sword Coast, but she is here searching for special Feywild jewels. She back there is actually she works in a graveyard, cemetery, crematory place, and she helps design the tombstones and works with the families and helps them deal with the loss of their family members. As far as she's never met her father, and her mother, owns the graveyard, so
Okay.
it's always been kind of her thing.
Okay. The long rest button is not working, guys. I'm not sure why.
Sad.
I know.
Also, don't forget that we don't get inspiration or healing potions automatically anymore.
You do not. You do not. But don't worry. You will get other things and stuff. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's why. So, hold on. I think this might actually... Alright. Let's see here. I think it might work now. Let's see. Nope. It's still not working. That's weird. It should be working. I don't know. That's weird.
You
Oh,
want
the
to see
long
that
rest.
cat that gave me a potion?
What was that?
Did anyone see that cat that just gave me a potion and then just left?
Yes, I did. I did see that cat that just gave you a potion and then took off. Mm-hmm. It usually
With the way I've been rolling, I didn't see nothing.
That's true. That's true. You only really roll well on Wednesday nights when you're rolling to save the lives of players.
Yes, that's kind of important.
She's
I
not
rolled
actually playing.
twice, and I rolled natural 20 both times.
Mm-hmm. It's dice that I put into my dice jail. She takes out and then rolls natural 20s.
You give it to me to roll.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like, you had it.
Wait, are you giving the NPC dice jail dice?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't actually play anybody on Wednesdays. I'm just there to hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're rolling for the NPCs, or
No,
what are you
she
doing?
was just rolling to see if that dice was going to cooperate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure that they like you weren't rooting for against your players.
No, one of the
dice jail dice.
One of them she rolled to literally save a player because they had rolled 3 failed death saves, and I was like, all right, Tor, you roll. If it's above a 10, she'll survive. And
Very nice.
she rolled a natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the what did we call it? Divine intervention. So, it was the Tor intervention. All right. So, with that, you have had your long rest. You have worked on items. Deacon, give me a investigation check, please.
All right.
Okay. You do not find any alcohol that you were hoping to find. However, you do find within your pocket of your coat, you find 5 silver that you did not put there.
Yeah. All
Can I
right.
also roll a stealth to see if I was able to quietly and quickly pick up that key I found?
You can totally roll a stealth check for that.
Ooh, not very good.
So
Oh,
you believe that you have totally been stealthy about it?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to notice.
Okay, good.
But you
Okay.
do have a key.
Okay, I have a shiny key.
You do have a shiny key. Yes, you do. Oberon, is there anything that you want to do?
I like to do something new.
Okay.
Already starting.
Cantrip formulas. You've described a set of arcane formulas in your spellbook that you can use to formulate a cantrip in your mind. Whenever you finish a long rest, consult these formulas in your spellbook. You can replace one wizard cantrip you know with another one from the spell list. Ooh. That's cool. That's fancy.
So I get... I
What
want
are
to
you
get...
trading out?
Trade out Frostbite to maybe Precipitation
Okay.
or the Dancing White. One of those two.
Okay.
I have a question. Is it going to be sunny the whole time we're here? Or...
Only when Henar's here.
I'm
I'm kidding.
Yeah, only when I have to roll some sort of check or something.
No, not necessarily. The Feywild does have, day and night cycles, so it just happens to be that you guys were traveling, your day started, even though it was nighttime when you left the carnival, it became early morning here. So, it just happened to be that you guys were traveling during the day.
Alright, I changed Frostbite with Precipitation.
Okay.
Would that be good?
Considering all of the muck and mud that you are in this swampy Feywild, yeah, probably.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so with that, yeah, you guys are able to leave Telemy Hill, and are you going to go to Brigand's Tollway, or are you going to go all the way up to Downfall? What is the plan?
What do you think, Echo?
I don't know, because I was letting the dog in.
What was that Brigand's Tollway again?
That is where the Haragon have their encampment.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we going after them, or after the hag? Are we?
I would like to go to Downfall to check for a guy.
Yeah,
But
Downfall sounds good to me. I'm with Oberon as well.
Okay. So
Sounds good to me.
Downfall it is. All right. So you head out, and by the way, as you guys are headed down the mountain, you notice that while you were sleeping, the mountain has moved, and you guys are actually, in relation to the map, all the way up here already. It seems that this mountain moves. So you are partially on your way to Downfall already. However, everybody give me a perception check. And it is early morning, but it is already light outside. Henara, I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Hey, I gave up perception for something else that I think is going to be very useful.
Well, that's all that matters, right?
Oh, man. Did I use my action to roll again?
No, you're good. You've got Masan noticed, so you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Wow, that's worse.
That is worse. Yes, it is. Okay. So
see, that's going to be our mini game. That's going to be our mini game. Is who gets to roll less than NR on a perception check.
The goal is to beat Henar. Is that what it is?
Yes, exactly. The goal is to beat Penar's disadvantage rolls.
Okay. So as you guys are coming down the actual hill of Telemy Hill, you are again stopped by the trees, and Masan, you notice this before anybody else does. but the tree that you had talked to before again steps into your path, and you see that there is no like what's the word I'm looking for? No aggression this time, as they
No malice.
no malice. There you go. The tree is actually holding out on one of its branches a singular key, and it reaches out its branch to your group and says, "Thank you for raising her spirits. This may come in handy later on for you. Let it be our gift, but also our contribution to you fighting and getting control of Hither back from the hag." Yes, contribution. Yep, exactly. That's why I paused. I had to figure out how to get the word tree into it.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
Yes, I am aware that it was more of a than anything. Yes.
That's okay. My this is completely out of character, but my ideal someday I'll get the nerve to do it
Mhm.
is a bard who talks only in puns.
I think that totally needs to be a thing.
We just
Yeah, but
talked
it's
to my
really
dad.
hard to
Why are you making
maintain.
bad dad jokes? Just talked to
'Cause. All right. So okay. So the tree gives you a singular key. This one is not silver. It is almost like a rust colored key. Not the shiniest of keys.
Not the best looking key I've ever seen.
Well, it is our
So
hope
no
that it will help
interest in
you.
the key whatsoever.
Okay. Does anybody take it from the tree?
yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know who they were handling it to. That's all.
It was just reached out on the end of this branch, but Masan takes the key. All right. And so with that, you guys can continue your travel. Sapphire leading the way towards Downfall. Let's see here. Some of the thing. Well, actually, I need everybody to please roll me a survival check.
Should be relatively good at these. Let's see here. Survival.
Relative is the key word there, Deacon.
It's been a little while.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Echo, it helps that you're flying, isn't it? Because you've got a little bit higher view of this as your party members go through the muck and the mud of this swampy waters. Deacon, Henar, and Masan, I need dexterity saving throws, please, as at one point or another, these didn't all happen at the same time, but at one point or another, you feel your foot sinking a little bit farther than it probably should have. Okay. Deacon, you and Masan are able to shift just in time to not be stuck in the quicksand. However, Henar, you step down and your foot gets stuck. And you roll me a d4, please.
Okay.
How tall are you, by the way?
2 feet 1.
Okay. You are halfway in the water, in the quicksand, as you just sunk
Okay.
1 foot into the quicksand.
Did we even notice?
Help! Can someone give a little hand over here?
Can I fly over and try and...
Sure, it's a strength check, but sure.
It's probably gonna go badly, but sure.
Oh! Okay, so you fly over, you grab a hold of Henar, and you've been, working those wing muscles, and all of a sudden you grab a hold and you pull them out completely out, like 2 feet up in the air.
It's all the training I've been doing with the dragonflies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go over. I heard you picked up a new spell.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna start prestidigitating.
Yep.
So even before I've just walked over to Ober, you've already started doing it on me, right?
Yep.
I think I can help with that one too.
So,
So
you
yeah,
just
It'd be
getting
like the cleanest party ever, because we all have...
I've never felt so clean in my whole life.
But does one prestidigitation cancel out another?
no, they just start in different sections of Henar, and all of a sudden Henar is completely clean, cleaner than they have ever been in this adventure.
Could you theoretically use prestidigitation to make something dirty?
You could. You could.
I feel like I want to need to have this spell now just to mess with people. If they're trying to clean themselves, I'm like, nope. No clean.
You need subtle spell to go with it. That way you
Yes.
can make sure they don't know you're doing it.
Oh no, I'd be totally honest about it.
Or just an illusion you could put on there.
Yep. All right. So as you are traveling, at one point you come across this well that is actually right by where you guys are in the map. You see the well is ringed with hewn stone, about 10 feet in diameter, and raises about 3 feet or so above the ground level, in this one specifically. You had seen others throughout your travels as well. And you see... Hold on a second. There are 2 little globules of light that are floating around this this specific well.
Have the other walls been normal? Like,
They had
They
globules
just
of
have-
light. You just haven't been close enough to any of them to interact.
is it like water or?
There are water in the wells, yes.
I am sorry, my thing freaked out.
Okay,
Tori's
you are
over here like, I want
investigating
to
the heck out of this one.
Investigating everybody.
I was pushing the button for push to talk, and I guess my hand touched the mouse scrolly thingy. I was wondering who kept rolling all those dice. Jeez.
You're like, God, why is somebody being so rolly? Oh, whoops, that's me.
It was ashy. It really was. So,
do I know anything about these wells in particular?
give me a Well, actually, how long have you been in the Feywild?
I mean, I've been back. I come here and there every once in a while to visit Jingle Jangle, so I come back and forth.
Also, I grew up here. Well, somewhat.
Yes, but for those of you who have not been here recently, this is a difference compared to what it was before.
So I've probably been here for at least I would say a week because I probably had to.
So give me a history check.
Okay.
Maybe Jingle Jangles told you something about him. Okay, yeah, they might have told you a thing or two.
Just a thing or two.
So the wells are inhabited by will-o-wisps that and they have been for like ever, with the exception that since the Hourglass Coven has taken over, the wells have been corrupted by Bavlorna's magic. So they have that is what actually transformed this area into the swamp that it is now. In doing so, the wells will fluctuate between spewing out foul water and drinking it back in, so that that is where the water comes from that has turned this into a swamp.
Now,
However, will-o-wisps traditionally are evil creatures. However, with the corruption of her magic, they actually have been turned to chaotic good instead of chaotic evil. So Jingle Jangle has told you that the will-o-wisps of these wells are actually friends, not,
Hey.
yeah.
So this isn't normally like this. Apparently this is the doing of the hag lady. So yeah, you probably don't want to touch that stuff spewing out. But you see those little light up guys, the little light up guys? Well, they're normally evil. They're kind of jerks. I don't really like them, but they're supposed to be nice now. So I don't know. Maybe we could talk to them and ask them for help.
And Echo, you know about will-o-wisps, and you know that they are traditionally evil creatures. But you've never actually known a good will-o-wisp before.
I agree with the jerk part. I don't think I've ever met one that was not a huge jerk.
I never have either, but this evil magic, I guess the balance or something she was saying. So because there's so much evil, they have to be good or something? I don't know. I don't understand the Feywild half the time.
Would I know anything about that with my obsessive study of magic?
Give me an Arcana check. Actually, give me an Arcana check at advantage because you are very obsessive about magic.
Woohoo!
Yep. Yep. You know that
See Deegan hanging around the wheel of magic all the time paid off.
So there is a balance. You know that whenever a creature or a something that is evil, it's kind of like the whole two wrongs don't make a right. In this instance, if you try to corrupt something that is already corrupted, it becomes uncorrupted, I guess is a way to say it. So in this instance, something that was already evil cannot be more evil, therefore it is good.
So all the regular dangers of the Feywild, at least around here, may be friendly? Not, I don't know. So if you try to corrupt something that's already evil, it changes it to good for some reason.
Yeah, maybe we'll find some good red caps.
Maybe.
Oh, I love eating the mushrooms around here.
Masan,
Right.
two left make a right? I don't know. Two right.
4 lefts make a right.
Good job. Alright.
Red caps aren't necessarily, they're creatures who
They are.
delight in killing and soaking their hats in blood.
Well, when you haven't had anything to eat for a while, you kill what tries to kill you, and then you just kind of munch on it.
The minute Echo says about the blood part, you saw Oborn jump onto Deacon's shoulder. Like, oh,
Yes.
sorry. Might I stay with you for a bit, Deacon?
You are quite a spy one. I don't think I've ever buried one of your kind.
I hope not.
That didn't sound as good as I think you meant it to.
Oh well, I'm very fascinated with the body, like bodies and such. They all have different structures. It's really quite interesting. And the bones aren't all the same in all of them. We have a lot of bones in our hands, but I don't know if he would have very many bones in his hands.
And kind of like looking back and forth at people with a smile on my face, thinking I'm like not socially awkward at all.
Not awkward at all. No, I just looked at Tor like, Okay.
I mean,
I
I
have
can
a
heal,
negative one.
but
I have a -1 in charisma. I am using this to my advantage.
I
Okay.
have a +3 and I'm regretting it because now I have to talk.
Mm-hmm. So my question for you is, do you get closer to the well as you travel by, or do you give it a wide berth? Knowing now that that they are supposed to be friendly, as opposed to, or supposed to be good as opposed to evil.
Yeah, I'll go get a little bit of a look.
Okay. So as you get closer, one of the little balls of light, one of the will-o-wisps, comes up close to you, Deacon, and says, "Identify yourself and state your intentions, please."
Okay, what was that last part?
State your intentions, please.
Yeah. Well, I'm Deacon Black, and my intentions were to have a look-see.
A look-see at what?
And at y'all.
Oh. Okay. And you notice that the one you're talking to changes color. It shifts to instead of being like a yellow ball of light, they turn to like a pinky purple ball of light.
Yeah. That's a fancy trick you got there.
Thank you. And your friends, what are their intentions? What has brought you to the Feywild?
Yeah, well, was looking for some hags.
Well,
And, yeah. You haven't seen any around here, have you?
well, there's the one that lives here, and then there's one that lives in each of the other parts of Prismere. But there's one, she lives in Downfall. She lives in a house on stilts.
That is, I believe, who we're trying to find.
Oh? What are you going to do when you find her? Are you going to damage her? Are you going to get our realm back?
Our goal is to get the realm back.
Really?
At least to try our best, I think.
That is... Oh, that is wonderful. We would be ever grateful if you could do that.
I mean, are you gonna be grateful because you can go back to being evil?
No, I'd be grateful because we can get our world back and get rid of this swamp that is gross.
It is rather disgusting, isn't it?
Yes.
I'd hate to drown in this. I feel like it'd be worse to drown in this than it would be to drown in a lake.
Agreed.
Or
Agreed. It is very evil place, and we just want our world to go back to the way it was.
Do you have any knowledge that would be about that?
Well, we could, don't have a whole lot of knowledge. We can't go more than a few hundred feet or a few hundred yards from our well. But I think that there's something that maybe we can do to help you. It only lasts for 24 hours, but I think that we can help, and you can always go to one of our other our other family members and tell them that you're here to bring about the hag's rune, and maybe they can do the same thing to help you. And you see the two will-o-wisps start to circle around and kind of weave in and out of all of you. And in doing so, you see this trail of light that is left behind them. And the light kind of seems to cling to you. and you all receive a magic boon
Ooh.
that recharges after a long rest.
Ooh.
So, yes, the magic boon, is that, the recipient gains a d4 and can at any time within the next 24 hours roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw made by it.
Ooh.
No creature can have more than one of these magic boons at a time. But the difference between this is they are able to do it to all of your party.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
As you see, there's a couple of other will-o-wisps that are the well just seems to kind of light up just a little bit as you see a few others kind of floating around the top.
Do we have to kill all the hags, or is this like a kill one bird and kill all the stones type thing?
Oh no, they must be taking out the whole coven.
Oh, how big is the again?
There's only 3.
Oh, okay. Did they already kill one, or is it like a...
No, they each one controls a part of Prismere.
Okay. That makes sense, I think.
Yes. They...
Now, if we kill one, are the other ones gonna get mad at us and try to kill us?
I don't know. I would assume that they wouldn't be too happy about it.
Do you know of any weaknesses or hints on how to get rid of them?
Or if they trap their place where they are?
I don't know. I haven't. We haven't been able to get that close to them and haven't really had a lot of experience with hags before, but I know that the one that is here, she's very evil. She lives in a house that's on stilts. I don't really I don't know. But she lives in well, the house is supposed to be in Downfall where the bullywugs are. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not more help.
You've been great help. Thank you.
That's fair. That's fair. But she says, I hope that I hope that you can well, I hope that there's things that will, you know, maybe the bullywugs will help you. I don't know. Maybe.
We very much appreciate your help. Do you still glow like that when you die?
I don't.
Or does your like go
I've
poof?
never died before.
But have any of your friends died?
Not recently.
Do you bury each other?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just always very curious about burial ceremonies of different species.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really don't know.
It's okay. You'll find out eventually, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, probably. So you see that they're a little bit, you know, unsure exactly what to do about, you know, the questions.
Now, do you know of any gemstones around here that are just only in the Feywild?
Oh, that I don't know.
Just thought I'd ask, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what were we doing? Where are we going?
You're headed to Downfall.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
To our downfall, yes. Like
Yes,
a good.
to your downfall. Yes, that's
Seems like a
exactly
good-
that's exactly what we said. Yes, to your downfall.
You know, you never know with hags. Oh.
All right.
If
So
if we do die on our downfall, that'd be quite poetic.
it would be, wouldn't it? All right. So with that, you keep traveling to within the Feywild and up towards the area known as Downfall. You give a wide berth to the tollway, as not to deal with the Haragon again, although it didn't go nearly as bad last time as it potentially could have. With that, everybody give me another survival check, please.
Let's see here.
Deacon, you're supposed to be good at this.
I am. It's
Yeah.
having enough.
He
I
is.
think the way it's working is if I roll bad, Deacon rolls great, and if Deacon rolls great, I roll bad.
You
Maybe.
were a test at the hip.
Apparently,
Can I pup or are we good?
you're good. Your flying fairy friend over here got a 20, and you're good. You're good.
That's a weird sentence.
Your flying fairy friend? Yes.
Totally normal stuff, actually.
Actually kind of reminds me of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Fine for Fender friend. Yes. All right. So you have made it to the area known just outside of Downfall, and you see that there is a community across from there. And let's see here. All right, there we go. Haha, I had to find where I had minimized it. So as you get closer to the area, the thick fog seems to you're welcome. You're welcome there, Bug. What was it I said earlier? It's just another service that I provide. So you see that the fog here seems to get even thicker as you arrive just outside of the city. And everybody give me a perception check, please.
And I don't have to be with disadvantage now, right?
You don't have to be at disadvantage.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. Look at that. Look at that.
Still not.
It's not
Just
great.
Just
tried.
something over 10. That's all I ask.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've rolled over 10 yet.
Oh. It's okay, Henar. You're very short. You can't see past all the fog and stuff.
Right. All right. So it's really funny. Actually, you know what? Henar, roll me another perception check just to see what it would have been with disadvantage.
Okay.
Just to see if it was worse. It was worse.
It would have been.
How is
It can get worse.
How is it worse?
It can always get worse.
She could have got a 0.
She could have got a 0. Yes.
That would be amazing.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
And bad. And
Yeah.
we're bad.
Really bad. All right. So, welcome to the town of Downfall, which clearly is Henar's downfall. All right.
Hannah, I've heard of this thing where the people wear glass in front of their eyes that helps them sometimes.
I'll have to look into this. I'll definitely have to look into that.
Now is a moment when you wish you still had your artificer make you a set of glasses. All right. So, the thick fog hangs heavily in the air, obscuring the area around you so that the world appears to have shrunk to only about 20 feet in any direction. Now, Oberon, you are the first to hear it. But before you, the waterway widens and the current seems to slow, giving the impression that you are entering a lake as you see that there is water just north of you right here. But the thing that you hear before anyone else is croaking voices that penetrate the fog, through which dark shapes appear. And you're actually going to be coming up just to the south here, just as you're coming out of the fog a little bit. And you see that riding in a boat that comes just out of the fog are 4 well, there's 2 rowboats. There's 4 bullywugs total, 2 in each. Does anybody speak Sylvan?
Yeah, pretty sure.
No.
I
do.
believe
I do.
so.
Oh no, I don't actually.
Okay.
We work at the carnival going to the... How do you not speak Sylvan?
I don't know. I speak Celestial.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh no, I don't. I speak Elvis and Gnomes.
Okay,
Not
well,
Sylvan.
then those that do not speak Sylvan do not quite understand what these bullfrogs are, or bullywugs are saying, but you do get the gist of it. And it's, welcome to Downfall, travelers. And those that do speak it, you understand exactly what they say. As it seems that they are welcoming you to Downfall.
I will translate for the good of those who don't speak it.
You see that they kind of bring the 2 rowboats close to the shore, and 1 each of the bullywugs gets out of it and kind of steps towards you. And
Like friendly or aggressively?
no, friendly.
They come in peace.
They do.
They come in
Welcome,
peace.
tugboats.
They come. They did say welcome, and Deacon did translate that for you. And you see as they stop up off of their little rowboats and step towards you and says, "Welcome.
Thank
What
you.
brings you to Downfall?"
We're just here to see the sights.
Oh,
Have some fun adventure and whatnot.
well then, it seems that perhaps. Well, and the one bullywug looks to the other and kind of looks back, and actually switching to let me see. I want to make sure. I believe they do. No, they do not. These guys do not speak common. And so just in Sylvan, they say, our king, Gullup the 19th, would be honored to make your acquaintance.
We would be
There's
honored. Oh,
There's 19 of them? That's a lot.
Yeah, I had to take a moment to stop and think, because they actually use Roman numerals. I was like, wait, nope, yeah, that's 19. I usually do it whenever I'm doing damage in person, but I don't do it. I haven't done that in, over 2 years. So
You've done the damage. You just hasn't used Roman numerals.
the hashtags in Roman numerals, yeah. So they go on to explain. Well, if I would suggest that you head through the small dock area nearby, and kind of gesture this direction, and then make your way across the stepping stones, through the balloon factory, and across the bridge of chattering heads to the gazebo where the king holds his court.
Are the heads shattering?
Do you speak Sylvan?
Oh no, I was assuming that I said this after it was translated.
Do you translate all of that, Deacon and Henar?
Yeah, sure,
I
why
need to-
not?
I definitely do, because the balloon. I need someone to come with me to the balloon factory.
I was gonna
Okay.
ask, did you say balloon factory?
Yes.
Well, that sounds like an awful lot of fun. What are balloons?
You'll see. They're cool.
I'll pull out my
Essentially, a
extra balloon animal and give it to Sapphire.
Oh.
That's
okay.
a balloon.
Oh,
That's right. I forgot you had a balloon animal.
It's a fancy balloon.
Ow.
But this is a balloon.
do they have
it's a
bones?
thin sack. It's a sack of thin material that is filled with air. I know it sounds gross like that.
It does sound
What?
gross like that.
Is this made of skin? It feels skin-like. Is it alive?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
And you have to be gentle, or it will explode.
well, that doesn't. That seems slightly terrifying.
It's not dangerous, just gross because it's other people's breath.
Oh well. You know, I deal with dead people all the time. It's fine.
Okay.
You know what's really gross? When somebody recently or hasn't gone to the bathroom in a while and they die, and you have to take out their innards. And, eek.
That's gross. Yeah.
Oh, always go poop before you die.
I'll
Good
do
to
my
know.
best.
Good to know.
I'll endeavor to do that.
But
This
you know
is a
when you do
moment
die-
when the bullywugs are glad that they do not speak common.
But you know when you do die, right? When you do die, if you have like a sudden death, all the poop comes out of you.
Is that why you called it a do-die?
Do they?
Exactly. Nobody gets my jokes. I like it.
Why are you face palming?
Oi. Just oi. Okay, so do you venture off to do what these guys tell you to do, or
We do.
okay? So you head towards the direction that they have implied for you to go, which is the small dock area, and it does take you a bit because it is extremely foggy around here. But eventually you do make it to the small dock area, where you see looming above a ramshackled wooden pier is a balloon anchored by 4 thick ropes tied around wooden posts driven deep into the mire. The balloon's bladder expands and sags at irregular intervals as swamp gas fills it briefly before leaking out through various tears in the patchwork fabric. There is a bullywug standing near the top of a ladder and using a long silver needle and a spool of catgut to sew it up one of the openings. A second bullywug stands at the foot of the ladder to steady it. Huddled nearby are 3 giant frogs whose long tongues snap at passing insects. So you see, one of these guys is actually up on the balloon, the other one's holding a ladder.
Oh,
That's a balloon.
big one. Does somebody
And
blow?
You
lot of air.
see that there are stepping stones just to the north of you.
Well then, shall we?
I mean, we have to, don't we?
I guess so.
So, who is going to go first?
I mean, it's a balloon factory. I assume Henna is going first. Let's be honest.
That's fair. That is a fair assumption on my, I believe.
I like this idea.
Okay, so Henar, go ahead and you are headed across these stepping stones. You see a row of boulders spaced about 2 feet apart breach the surface of the lake to form a walking path across the 40-foot wide waterway. I need for you, because you are about the same size as the space between these boulders.
I was gonna offer to try and fly Hanar over.
Okay.
Push my luck with another strength check.
Okay. Sure, go. Henar, are you willing?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm definitely willing.
Okay, then go ahead and give me a strength check there. Okay. So,
I want to do a pupspiration.
okay, go for it. 19. So you, knowing that you're not the strongest person in the world, you stay fairly close to the boulders just in case, so that if you lose your grip, Henar will not take any damage. But you do manage to take yourself and Henar across this pathway, so you are on the other side.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Who is
You're my
going to go
hero.
next?
All behind.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check just to jump across.
Let's see. Okay, my athletics is a 0. It's not a negative, at least.
It's not a negative. That's good. All right. So it's not graceful, but you are able to start the process to go across. As you jump over, give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
As you step on the fourth large boulder here, this would be this one, you feel it move.
Oh! Is it do that?
And
I know
you being the Earth Genasi that you are, you immediately recognize the grumbling about ingratitude that comes from this this creature as it starts to move, and you hear, why do people keep stepping on me? Then can't they just, it's rude and da 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 da. As you see this creature, this big boulder like creature kind of make itself a little bit taller.
Am I still on top of him?
You are.
Oh my goodness, sir! I'm so very sorry. I didn't realize that you weren't one of the regular stones.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Not my strong suit, but we'll try.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So you say that, and the rock stops, and he says, "It's still very rude of people to step on me.
Of course,
Very rude indeed."
Perhaps if you had maybe a little, some special jewels on top of your head or something. That way, something to make you unique from the rest of the rock. Here, I have some. Let's see. I have some rose quartz. I have some amethysts. Which do you prefer?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps let's put some of both on here, and I'm gonna start kind of trying to put some on top of his head.
Okay.
And kind of like fashion it. I'm gonna like take one of my wires and kind of like fashion a circlet type thing around his head.
Hey, look, she figured out how to give it a crown. It's just out of the That's what I was waiting for. I knew it was gonna come eventually.
I mean, you know.
I knew. So, with that, you have appeased this creature, and as you look back at the rest of your party and tell them don't step on this boulder, you are able to make your way the rest of the way across after dealing with this to safely make it to the other side. Now, the rest of you, I need athletics checks to make it across and not fall in the water. This is the sub-game that I like to call Don't Roll a 1. Like that, Deacon. Yep, like that.
Just above a 10. That's all I asked for. It doesn't have to be a 20. It doesn't have to be an 18. Just some above a 10.
I like this game. It's a fun game called Don't Roll a 1. And guess what?
You're not very good at this game.
You rolled a 1. So
That's how I immediately fell off of Jez.
it is how you immediately fell off of Jez in
Right.
frog form. So Deacon, you end up falling into the water.
The hell's bells?
It is as you fall in and you are considering what you are going to do that you see 2 creatures join you up close and personal.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was gonna kind of fly to try and give him an arm. I can't pick him up, but maybe I can help steady him.
Okay.
How steady
Alright.
can you roll the 1?
The hell are those?
Those are merfolk.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you pissed off the mer people.
They're Muros. Yep. They are that.
They're delightful looking.
They are delightful looking.
Have we run into them at all?
You have not.
Yeah, I read about them.
Give me a history check.
Would I know anything?
Give me a history check.
The hell?
Hey, Oburn. You have no idea.
That makes sense. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Echo, they, you know that these type of creatures will, they haunt a lot of coastal waters and stuff, they are known as coastal bullies. Yeah. They like to devour and eat whatever they can.
Bully, not Bali, right?
Bully. Yeah, bully.
As in jerks, not related to Bollywogs.
Correct.
Okay.
And you see the 2 bullywogs that are here, they start throwing spears at these creatures. They hop over and they jump over and throw spears at these creatures enough to give Deacon enough time to move over, and you see the rock creature that Sapphire made friends with grabs a hold of Deacon. Deacon, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hell, alright.
You're getting tossed like a cookie.
You are tossed like a cookie onto the shore by this rock creature.
Ouch.
You do not take any damage as you do like this whole tuck and roll thing, but you have been yeeted by this creature.
I'm also soaking wet.
You are.
Enough to
Prestidigitation. So,
Is that dry clothes?
prestidigitation hair dryer for Deacon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Oburn, how you getting across, bud?
I mean, does he even need a roll?
He does.
Oh, unless.
He does.
Oh.
I mean,
alright, well, oh
How are you
boy.
getting across?
The only way I can do it, jump.
Okay, go for it. Give me a athletics check at advantage.
Bunny hops.
Bunny hops. Yep. Oh, that was so almost a 1 on that other one, though. Oh. But that is a natural 20, so you are good to go. You make it across, and you make it look easy. As you hop across. And while you do that, everybody give me a perception check, except for Deacon, please. And Oburn, okay. So, Masan, you saw Oburn's jump. The rest of them were distracted by Deacon.
I'll give him a high five. Well done. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Henar, you're not distracted by Deacon so much as you're distracted by this ramp and this building over here that they said was a balloon factory.
I'm clearly distracted by something.
Mm-hmm. It's not even daylight, where you have to roll disadvantage, but you're distracted nonetheless.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So
Listen, sometimes short people have a hard time seeing above them.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hence why I have to get on my tiptoes to make you coffee.
Fair.
Ooh, coffee. Yes. All right. So you head over towards the balloon factory. Henar, I assume that you are the first one in.
I would like to be.
Okay,
I'm gonna take out my flask and have a drink.
that's fair.
As you do.
As you do. All right. So you enter into this factory. The wooden structure stands on stilts above the lake. It is topped by a steep conal roof made of thatch, and you see smoke curls from the hole in its apex. Its windows are blacked out. The air carries the smell of burned wood. And there is, it's really hard to see, but it looks like there is like a clothesline or something that kind of goes from this building out into the water. And as you step up into the room, Henar, you see the room is a charred mess. Hazy smoke hangs over scattered piles of burned and broken shelves, intermixed with whatever those shelves used to contain. Wisps of smoke snake into the room from several spots where smoldering wreckage threatens to ignite. And you see a bullywog in a leather smock scurrying around the room with a bucket of water whose contents spill out over the sides in his haste. And you see what he is fighting are these little pieces of coal that seem to be going around and reigniting fires. As you see these think of like the rubber super ball bouncing around the room. That is what these coals are doing. Just about the time. Yeah, grab a bucket. We have to make sure the fires are out.
Okay.
As you see these pieces of coal just bounce around. And there is a low workbench that's in there. It's the only piece of undamaged furniture in the room. And there are 3 wooden buckets underneath it, 2 of which have water in them.
Okay, so and grabbed one of the buckets with water.
Okay. And you see these coals keep just bouncing around.
Is it kind of like the little flame guy in cartoons?
Yep, exactly like the little flame guy in the cartoons.
Also, are we there yet?
Do you guys follow?
Yeah, I was gonna follow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that Deacon is dry again, as you guys come in, you see these coal pieces bouncing around, and you also see that there are more of them in the other rooms. As they just
I'll yell to everybody, grab a bucket, there's smoke in here.
Can I try to prestidigitate it away? Because it says I can instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
These are going to be a little more difficult than that. These are considered animated constructs.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they are not prestidigitated, destroyed.
I'm gonna grab a bucket and start
Okay,
trying
so
to.
those are the 2 buckets that have water. What are the rest of you doing as these coals still seem to bounce around the room?
I'm not entirely sure what's going on with these buckets, but I'll just go ahead and help however Hanar instructs.
Okay.
I'll just grab one of the empty ones and run out to the lake.
Okay.
Does anyone have a cloak? Is anyone wearing a cloak?
Not so much.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have a set of traveler's clothes. Would that entail a cloak?
Maybe.
I should have a blanket that I can kind of use to
There you go. Blanket would do too.
smother it.
And bedroll would do too.
Okay. So if you would like to snuff out these fires, what I need is a D20 roll, and then it's since this is an improvised weapon, technically they are 1d4 damage. If you want to snuff out this coal.
Does that include the water?
The water is an automatic damage.
Okay.
So
I used my DM inspiration and it didn't help.
this did not help. You are looking
Well,
for...
it did a tiny bit.
It did, but not enough. So Hennar, you have a bucket. Who else has the bucket of water?
I have a bucket.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Hennar
bucket.
and Sapphire, you two automatically hit. So those are 1d6 from you two. Of the others, the only one that seems to be able to catch one of the coal is Deacon. So Sapphire, you step over and you manage to take out that one. So you have gotten rid of one piece of coal. Hennar, you step up with your bucket of water and you do some damage to that one. And so then Deacon, roll me a d4, please. As you come up to this one right here. And you do 2 points of damage to it. All right. So, okay. You guys can go ahead and go up to whichever ones you want to go up to and try again. Henna, so Misan, you said you were going out to get water? You grabbed the
Yeah, I
third
would have
bucket?
gone. Yeah, go fill a bucket.
Okay, so you get back in here. All right. So Sapphire, you come up to this one with Hennar.
Yeah.
You do one more point of damage.
Yay.
Okay. Misan, you come up to the one with Deacon and go ahead and roll me a d6. All right, Hennar, you do the last one, and that one is gone, and so is that one. All right, see, you're doing quick work of this. The rest of you can go ahead and try if you want to come into this other room down here. There are a couple of more if you want to try to smother them.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Susan,
Uh-huh.
how big is this one right here?
They're tiny creatures. Okay, Echo, you come up to this one. Go ahead and roll me 2d4s, please. Okay. You do 4 points of damage. However, you have it contained within your bedroll. Or your blanket, or whatever it is. What's up, Oberon?
These are like real
They're-
small fires.
They're tiny constructs, yeah. They're little pieces of coal that like you would use in like a barbecue or something. Mm-hmm.
The charcoal briquette.
It is a charcoal briquette, exactly. Thank you.
I'll try to do what Masan did.
Okay. Masan had a bucket of water. There was only 3 buckets total. So Sapphire, Hennar, and Masan have the 3 buckets. Unless you want to grab the bucket from the frog guy, you can.
You left me?
Yeah?
Alright.
Yeah. So you could have gone and done that. So then go ahead and you're going to come running into the room. Give me a d6.
I'll try.
Come run over here. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I'll try.
Try. All right. Deacon, give me a d20 roll to try to smother out the one that Oberon just dumped a bucket of water on. Okay. That will hit. Go ahead and roll me a d4. All right, you do 2 more points of damage. So the buckets are all empty at this point. You guys can go run out and get some more water. Echo, you've got yours contained. Give me another d4. All right, with that, you managed to get rid of that one. And you notice this other one is like bouncing around like crazy. Okay. It will bounce up into this other room again. So go ahead and one of the buckets is dumped on it. Masan and Henar, both of you actually, roll me a d6. Okay. And that will be enough to take out that last one. So as you finished off with these pieces of animated coal, the definitely distressed bullywug in his leather smock, he says, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am Duke Ickenrind. Thank you. Thank you so much. These new fires just kept popping up as quickly as I could put them out. Thank you. Thank you.
But what happened? Where did they come from?
Well, you see, 2 bullywugs recently set fire to the place, destroying most of the supplies in here as a consequence. One of them got away, but the other one was captured before she could make her escape and is now being held prisoner. But the one that got away took one of our balloons. But as a distraction, they set fire to this room, knowing that it would be a big distraction. But
Questions.
Mm-hmm.
This balloon factory, is it making hot air balloon sized balloons or like little party favor balloons?
Hot air size balloons, like the one outside.
Okay. That's not what I thought of when you said balloon factory.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did the little dragon guy escape in a hot air balloon that was stolen?
Yes, he did. That would be where Sir Talavar was, within a bullywug hot air balloon, with a dead bullywug hot air balloon pilot.
I would ask the guy why they were trying to escape and from whom.
I don't know. I'm just here trying to repair the place. I don't know what happened, like why they set it. Yeah, I know they set it on fire as a distraction, but I don't know why they took the hot air balloon. I don't know. Maybe the king knows. I don't know. But as he walks around to all of you, and he hands you all a small brass brooch shaped like a fly, with its wings that actually flutter.
Ooh.
And he says, "Wear this when you present yourself to the king, saying it will help to gain his trust, as he will know that you helped me to put out these fires."
Much obliged.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for your help. I don't know. It would have taken me a long time to get those fires out if it wasn't for your help. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, just doing what we can to help.
Thank you. And you see, like he goes back to work trying to set, then pick up things and trying to reevaluate how badly all of this, all the damage and whatnot is. And he says, the king is just across this bridge over here. But ignore the chattering heads. It's, well, they're more of a nuisance than anything.
Why are they chattering?
Because they've got lots of things to say, but it's best you just ignore them.
But what if they have important stuff to say?
Then they should have said it while they were still alive.
Will they be aggressive towards them?
They're just heads.
Are they heads of people you killed?
Not me, no.
It would not be the weirdest thing we've ever seen here in the Feywild.
Nope.
Okay.
Remember that one time we saw Thaco without his makeup? Ooh.
And the Jabberwocks.
Oh.
On that note, we're going to end right there and take our break. And we will come back to go across the bridge with the chattering heads when we get back in just a few minutes. So we'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Welcome on back to DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, and our adventurers have made it to the town of, well, Downfall. Hopefully not their downfall, but the town of Downfall. But let's hope not. They have made it to the Bullywug village of Downfall, where they have just saved or helped to save the balloon factory from the animated coal that kept setting it on fire. And they are now headed across the bridge to meet the king of the Bullywugs. So, who is headed across this bridge, or what order are you crossing this bridge?
I mean, I'm very interested in these deadheads that talks, so
Okay.
I'm going first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick by Echo.
Okay. Sapphire, give me a perception check with advantage, please.
Yay! Is it because I like dead things?
No.
Oh. Aha!
You recognize this this creature that is sitting. So you see this flat wooded planked bridge, and you see a creature sitting on said bridge, and you recognize this creature from what Jingle Jangle had told you. Sitting at the center of the bridge, a small figure sits with its feet dangling over one side. The figure seems to be talking to itself in bemoaned tones, but then some of the severed bullywog heads nearby erupt in a cacophony of voices. Some indigent, some sympathetic, a few more distant from the distant row yell, "What? I can't hear what they said!" And you see, Sapphire, a scarecrow type creature on the bridge. Sitting there. You see Clapperclaw.
Pa, that's you?
You kind of see that he turns and looks at you.
I think we've met once before, at least. I'm friends with Jingle Jangle.
Oh, hi.
Hey! I have some lovely friends here, and, well, they're looking for, the hag?
Uh-huh.
And we were wondering if you could help.
Yeah, I think so. And just for reference, this is a much better picture. This is what he looks like.
Very nice, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a squash.
And he does kind of look like a squash.
I wave to the rest of the party. Come on! It's Clapperclaw!
You know
No,
what?
he doesn't have any brains in those heads. He let me open up his head once just to see there's no brain in there.
You know what? Still not the strangest thing I've seen here.
As all of you kind of come to the bridge, everybody give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Including me.
Nope, you've seen him before.
Okay. We're friends. I'm not afraid of him.
I'm gonna go an entire night without rolling anything over 10, aren't I?
Uh-huh. So it seems. So it seems, Cindy, so it seems. So, Echo, you look over at this creature, and it's kind of cool looking. You know, you can see where it kind of give this unsettling feeling, but like Deacon says, it's not the weirdest thing that you guys have seen before. However, Deacon, as you guys kind of come out, you see Henar immediately steps away from the bridge and just kind of steps back. Creep the heck out of this. And I just saw that redemption, Ragnarok. Is that one because Cindy can't roll worth being?
She's all the help she can get.
True. There you go.
I'm gonna get treats thrown at me again.
You are. There you go.
So it's for me to try again? Or
What?
is that a D?
Yes,
is that a
please.
D10?
Go ahead and try to roll it.
Okay.
Roll it again. Well, it's better.
It's still not over 10.
Puppy says roll a d10.
Okay. Thank you,
Guys,
Puppy.
you should all be fired.
It's still not.
It's still not over 10.
Cindy, I can only help you so much here. Come on.
I completely understand.
What's going on tonight?
I don't know.
Are you cursed tonight?
Is it
I know. I'm
fear?
clearly cursed.
Nothing as far as Henner's concerned. Henner's not doing anything.
Is it fear causing you to run?
It is fear. It's not fear so much as just a very unsettling feeling.
So I would chase after Henar and grab her and say, "You can do this," and cast heroism.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Somebody buy us some new dice, right?
We can't. That's the sucky part about virtual. You can't.
So,
put them into
Cindy, change your color of your dice. So change
There you go.
Okay,
Change it to a
change my
different
dice
blue.
color. Good idea.
Yep.
Okay, new dice color. We have a new dice color.
New dice. Who this? All right.
Cindy, this afternoon, she had a player who rolled 7 nat once.
Within one session. In a matter of
What?
less than 3 hours, she rolled 7
Okay,
nat 20s.
I've clearly taken that as a challenge. I can beat that number.
All right. So, okay. So, Clapperclaw, as you had walked up, Sapphire, Clapperclaw had been talking, telling the story of Agden Longscarf and how it stole its original head and how its current head is a very poor substitute.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who's that?
So the leader of the Haragon stole the head of Clapperclaw,
Okay.
his original head, and the current one is a very poor substitute. Yep.
I can see that. Do you know when they stole it or where?
They attacked me and stole it. Yeah.
Oh well, if we have time, I would love to help you get it back, but we kind of are on a mission right now.
When did that happen?
It's been a little while ago. That's what brought me here. I had well, I had hopes that it figure out, how to recover my head. You see, after I fled from Hither, which is where I was made, I came here and I was waylaid by Ogden Longscarf and his Haragon brigands, who stole my head, which it was the most glorious stag skull, and I want it back, and we had to make a replacement head, and this is what I could find, and you see that the skull is definitely a hollowed out gourd, and as he's telling the story and he's kind of nodding and stuff, you hear rattling in his head.
Or deeds.
I don't know, but I fear that I have a feeling that the hag here would know where my head is, and I don't know. As that's why I came here. I figured maybe, you know, I might find somebody who could help me find my head. But if you could help me, I would be more than happy to help you get, you know, to thither.
Have you spoken to the hag at all?
She's too scary. No.
We can talk to her for you before we kill her.
You're going to kill her?
Well,
Still kind of remains to be seen.
I mean, that's what they said we have to do to return the balance to the land.
Oh. Well, I figured that the king might be able to help me, but I haven't gotten to speak to him yet.
Very nice. Why hasn't he talked to you at all?
This is as far as I've gotten so far.
Oh.
You see that these heads right here, they're past monarchs. They're former monarchs who were disposed and killed by usurpers. So I figured that, you know, I'd talk to them first and then get some advice, and, you know, before I went and talked to the current king.
Sense? Did they have anything helpful?
And you see one of the heads behind you says, "Well, yeah, we can talk. Bavlona is a distressful shut-in who loathes her sisters." Another one.
Okay, so we have to organize a family reunion.
Yes.
Yes.
Another one says the current monarch is King Gullup the 19th, and you hear this cacophony of the other heads that say, "Yeah, he's a really weak leader." They've heard rumors there's another coup in the works.
Oh no, that doesn't sound very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we also know that there's a pool in the cottage of the hag. She likes to spend lots of time in there.
I don't know if hags count as ladies.
Hags count as what?
Ladies.
exactly. See?
I think that's splitting hairs. Sorry, Oberon.
No comments.
Without bodies. Because
Um,
I've never seen a dead head talk before.
it's one of our one of our ways to have revenge for the usurpers. On the usurpers, that they must deal with us being able to talk even in death.
Okay. Now, how does that affect your soul? Did your soul already go to where it's supposed to go, or is it still in you?
I don't know.
Well, do you feel soulless?
No.
Okay. I kind of take a few notes down in my journal.
Okay. So, they point that
That's some weird questions, Sapphire.
they
Well, I
point
mean-
that across the bridge is where the king holds his court. Good luck. Maybe he'll have more information for you.
Perhaps.
Okay, and you see that there is a little like island on farther that does have you see a grand marble gazebo stands atop a mound of soggy earth. It's white stone streaked green with algae. These support pillars have sunk into the muck unevenly, so the domed canopy now sits askew. Short steps ring the gazebo, leading to a raised floor where the bullywugs dressed in shabby clothing lounge on pillows. Amongst them, a harpist sends forth delicate notes that mingle with the murmuring croaking of the gathered nobles. On a dais, a flabby bullywug wearing a crown of woven lily flowers sits on an ornate throne with his legs folded underneath him. And he has a large leather-bound book open across his lap and is mouthing the words he reads on the pages. Without looking up, though, he seems to have noticed you on the bridge, and says something to one of the others before going back to reading.
Nobody's addressing us or anything?
Are you walking across the bridge?
Oh, I thought we had.
No.
Sure. I will make sure to have that pin prominent blade.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and put the pin on too.
Okay. So Clapperclaw will just come right, like, he's with you but not with you kind of situation. And as you walk onto this area, again, without looking up from his book, you hear, let's see here. Does he speak common? It does not say. Hold on. He does. In common, he says, "Have you no herald to announce your presence before King Gullup the 19th?" And to like punctuate his words or his question, he slams the book he was reading closed and looks up at you.
Are any of you guys named Harold?
So I have the wand of whimsy, and I will conjure a brief tinkling melody from the wand.
Okay.
Hark! We have arrived.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you all hear this sound from the wand that Mason has. Okay. And as you do that and say that, you see him, the king, he kind of smiles a little bit, and he says, "Well, what brings you to my kingdom?"
There were a few things actually in the general area. Miss, why don't you go ahead since is your rodeo?
Was that me?
Whomever.
Yeah, I assumed it was the gymnastic, but whoever it'd be up to.
I mean, I'm not a big talker. Or I shouldn't be anyway.
Oh, hell. We're looking for a hag, among other things.
Oh. Why are you looking for A hag?
Yeah, apparently she's taken a few things that ain't hers and caused a general upset in the balance of the Feywild. Or something to that effect.
That she has, yes. Well, or I should say they all have, yes.
Right. So we're here trying to retrieve some illegally obtained goods and I guess try to put a stop to the general dismay of the Feywild.
Oh.
We want to restore Prismere to how it was, how it should be.
Right, what she said.
Interesting. Okay. Well, only members of the Soggy Court are allowed to speak with Bavlona. But you are more than welcome to join the group.
Yeah, we have a monarch with us, if that counts. Oh, Burn, get out here.
You say Soggy Court?
Yes, that is the name of my court.
Okay.
Yes. It is. It is what, yes. And as you see, there are several other nobles here, and one of them seems to pass a wine goblet to Deacon. You see one of them passes it to you.
That'd be rude not to take a drink.
As you go to take a drink, you see that inside of the cup, instead of wine, is a scrap of parchment.
Well, hell, I can't drink that, but I guess I'll take it out subtly and try to take a gander at it, see what it says.
Okay.
That's a mean trick to play on him.
As you do so, it is written in Sylvan, but you see this note. Okay. So the rest of you, while talking to the king, okay. Yep, you totally are super stealthy in your sleight of hand there. Everybody else in your party seems to notice, except that the king does not. He's not very perceptive, as he is trying to gauge the rest of you and see where you stand as to joining the Soggy Court. He says, now, yeah,
What would joining the court entail?
well, just, you would be, emissaries of the Soggy Court, and, well, since you're already wanting to head there, you would, return, or you would, make a delivery for me as to Bavlorna's, home.
Delivery of what?
This book, of course.
Do I know what kind of book that is?
Give me
spell
a
book, or-
perception check.
Yeah, does it look like a spellbook?
It does not look like a spellbook.
Nope.
Nope.
And what is that book about?
Well, it is, it's a big book of bad blood, is what it's called. It explains her displeasure with her enemies.
Was it her book, and then you borrowed it, or is it something you wrote?
No, I acquired from someone who stole it from her, and I am just wanting to get it back to her.
There seems to be a lot of theft going around.
Seems to be a common theme here.
Well, I want to get her back her property, and if someone is a member of the court, you can go and speak to her. So why not have you deliver this, since you said you already want to go and talk to her?
How do we become a member of the court?
You just agree to be so. It seems you've already done some good deeds for the court already, from the looks of those pins.
Oh, sure, I'm in.
I suppose.
Yeah, why not?
And that sounds like a good plan.
What was the name of it again?
The soggy court, or the big book of bad blood.
Soggy Court. It reminds me of the
any-
things that try to get Captain Crunch.
Yes, exactly.
Are there any responsibilities of members of the Soggy Court?
Well, of course. I am your king.
Will we have free movement?
Yes. Within Downfall, of course.
Yeah, it sounds like we're decided then. Add it to the list of things. Anyone keeping a list?
No.
I don't know if it's the right kind of list.
Yeah, probably not. Guess we should start jotting these things down.
Perhaps so. Okay. So, is there any other questions that you have of this king?
I have a question, actually. But first, I have a question for the DM, because I don't think it came up originally.
Mm-hmm.
When we went through the mirror from the thing, I was given like a poem about an alicorn. Do I know what an alicorn is?
Give me a nature check.
Help out if they need it.
Okay.
You gonna roll or
Roll
advantage?
separately.
Okay.
Okay. Oh
You
boy.
neither one have any idea. Nope.
If that's the case, I would ask the king if he is familiar with a creature called an alicorn.
Oh, of course. Of course, that is quite a quite familiar creature here. Yes. Why do you ask?
It was a word I heard and I didn't recognize it, and I was just wondering what it was.
Oh, yes.
It's
It is a creature here within the Feywild. Well, and he kind of looks at one of the other nobles and trying to come up with a way to explain.
I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would be prestidigitation or. I'll say, Oborn, come here, please, and I'll try and make a unicorn horn appear on his forehead, because isn't that what it is?
It is. It is.
Is he
About a
unicorn
unicorn.
horn on a rabbit?
It is.
On a harrigan? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well,
It is a. It's a. What is it actually called in here? It's a jackalope.
yeah,
Antelope?
Yeah. So it's a rabbit with a unicorn horn.
Where might we find one of them?
Not quite sure where one would find one here, but I'm sure that there's one within the Feywild somewhere. Not quite sure where specifically, but I'm sure that you can find one.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, it's
That
not
is-
a rabbit. It's actually like a Pegasus with a unicorn.
Whoops.
Oh,
It's a flying horse, flying unicorn. For
Oh,
each-
so it is a unicorn. Okay.
but it's a unicorn with wings.
Mr. King,
Yes.
do you know where his head is? And I point to Clapperclaw.
On his shoulders.
No, his other head. He had a very nice head that the Haragons apparently took.
I do not. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Just thought we'd ask. Maybe the what's her face knows where it is.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know where. If it's not on his head, I don't know where it would be. Isn't that normally where you keep your head? I didn't know multiple heads was a thing.
Oh, for him. Fun times, really.
Interesting. Well, I do not know. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So, with that, okay. So what would you guys like to do? Or do we need to call it right there? Because it is, I just realized what time it was. It is 8:51, and then we can pick up from leaving the court of the king of the Bullywugs. Next game.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for me.
Maybe.
Just for reference, if you scroll up the map a little bit, you will actually see what the layout of the village looks like without the fog. So you have where you started, then you have the hot air balloon that is right there. Then this is the balloon factory and the talking heads right here. And then currently you are right there. And then, just for reference, this is the hag's house.
Oh, we're a lot closer than I thought we were.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were that close.
Apparently.
You don't know because there's lots of fog, so you can't actually see that far. But so that is the city or the settlement or the kingdom in the case of the King Gullip the 19th of Downfall. All right. So with all of that, let's see who's currently on. All right. Well then, with all of that, let's go ahead and we're going to go back over here. So thank you so much to my players, and thank you for everybody who hung out with us for our Wild Beyond the Witchlight Feywild adventure. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend or wonderful rest of your Friday night, and join us tomorrow for our Tomb of Annihilation stream. Before joining us on Monday for our Candlekeep Mystery Mondays, and Thursday for our Team 17 Gaming Thursdays, and then back here on Friday for the continuation of find out where they're going to go from here. Let's see here. We have on right now, we've got Alan Man playing some Minecraft. We Got Luna playing some Forza Horizon 5. Let's go see some Alan Man here. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and raid over to Alan Man. So if you are a subscriber and have those emotes, please go ahead and put them into chat as we raid over. That would be our lovely Ashy head and Ashy paw emotes, as he is our very, very friendly kitty. He likes to raid and all of that stuff. Also, please go ahead and show, if you have not already, our channel art, amazing channel artist Kate, some love on Instagram. All right, and thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time. All right. Go ahead and start that raid.